Hi there, it's Karen here from Turquoise Treasures. Welcome back to my channel for part 2 of creating this fabulous flip inspired by Martina from Teal Tattered. So in part 1 I got as far as just creating the bare bones really of the flip. So we've got our flip outs with our little envelopes. So I thought the first thing I should probably do is just put on the little closures for the envelopes. I'll start with that. And I think for this one, I've played around with some different ideas of what I wanted to do. But I thought perhaps just a little... I got out one of my punches. It's a tonic punch, and it actually punches out the whole board rather than having an edge punch. It punches out the whole thing, which is quite nice. So you've got this little strip of sort of lattice work. So I mean, I should trim it down, but I just had the scrap, so I've punched out a couple of pieces, and I think that looks quite nice, but I think it needs a bit more. So then I was thinking, well, what can I stick on top? And I was trying flowers and things, but I think what would look nice probably would be a heart just there. Now I've got some hearts I'd already punched out from the Stamperia paper that I'm using, but I'm not sure the colour quite works with the envelope papers. I think that it's just a little bit, it's nearly there. So I thought maybe I'll just try the paper that I've got, a bit more of the paper I used for the strips. This is a Kaisercraft paper, and I thought I haven't done it yet, but I thought I'd try stamping out a couple of hearts with this, and that might just be all I need. So I'm just going to get my punch, see how they look. See if that's a bright enough. It's a little bit brighter pink, that was all. I just thought it needed just something a little bit more. And if I pop that on there, that actually I think will look okay. I might put a little something in the middle as well. Maybe a sequin or a little pearl maybe, but I don't want anything bulky because obviously it's got to lie flat. Well, the alternative is a little bit of glitter. So I'm surrounded myself with little pretty bits and pieces, bits of lace and all sorts, just things to give me options for decorating all this. I think I have got my, this is a Stickles in, what's the colour? Icicle. So maybe I'll just put a little bit of glitter on it, because then it'll make it a little bit more, I don't know, sparkly. But it'll keep it flat, so maybe I'll just put a little bit of that on. But of course then I'll have to wait for it to dry before I can complete. So I think what I'll do first, I might leave that till later, is I have to stick the heart to the strip before I stick it on here, otherwise it'll just, I suppose it won't matter if as long as it's stuck to, yes, because it's got to slip in, so it doesn't want to stick to this flap, so it's got to be loose, so I've got to stick it to there first. Yes, think through the process. That's it. Well, that always does that. Take the top off and the whole thing comes off. There we go. Right, so instead of putting the glue on the heart, I'm going to put the glue on here, so that it don't get glue through all the holes. Can you see? I don't know if you can see. So I'm just holding it above the heart so I can kind of roughly get it in the right place. Are you coming out, glue? Give it a good old squeeze. Nope. Okay. So I tried it before I started filming to see if it was coming out, and it was. But that's obviously gummed itself up again. Okay. Now I'll just put it on the backing. Then hopefully the glue, there won't be too much glue going through the holes. Boop. Okay. Now I'll put the heart on. Probably got glue, too much glue on there now. That's about right. And there's not too much ooze on the back. That's good. Let's do the other one. It's really pretty, this paper. I love the other side as well with all the roses on. Look, it's pretty pretty. But it won't work on here. Right, glue on the strip. There we are. So my husband and I were watching the news last night and we're seeing the terrible weather you guys are having over in the States. It's just awful. My heart goes out to all of you who are having to put up with all those freezing temperatures, and said a lot of people had lost power. All the power lines are down. It just looks horrendous. We complain about our weather over here, and it's just nothing in comparison to what you're having to put up with in your neck of the woods. If you're over in the States, particularly in the southern states, I know some of you are. So my heart really goes out to you. I really hope that you're coping okay. I know I'm filming this a week ahead of when you're actually seeing this video, so maybe by the time you see this, things will have calmed down a bit. I really do hope so. It's horrible to be just feeling so helpless in the face of nature when we've got so much else to deal with at the moment. To have that going on as well just must really be difficult. So I hope you're keeping warm and keeping well and keeping safe. Yeah, like that. Just going to trim that off a little bit. Right. Just trim off a little either side. It needs to be fairly long because it's quite it's not solid, so it's not got a lot of strength to it. So I just got to make sure that will look quite nice there. Like that. I don't know. I'm not sure about the glitter at the moment. I might just put another little heart. I have got. I don't know if it's lurking around here somewhere. I have got some little punched glitter hearts. Is that too small? I've got different sizes. I might try them out later. Put a little something in the middle. That might work. But I want to get this on, and then I might come back at the later and do a bit of that. Don't know. So yeah, we just need the oh, come on. This stuff just dries up so fast. Put enough, stick enough of it down to really hold it firmly into place. And the other end. Maybe a bit more. Right. There we are, it's got to be central. Stick that down. Okay, I think that's in place. Right, close that one up. Let's do the other one. Again, it needs a little bit of a trim. Is that about right, the size? I may have trimmed that one a bit more than that one. I'll have to trim this one a touch more. Right. This one. This side. Right. Oop, not that way. That way around. Put that one in position. Stick that. And that, whoop, need to keep it flat. And then I'll just hold it for a moment just to make sure it grabs. Okay, I think that's all right. Okay. Right, so the next thing, let's put this thing back in. Next thing I want to do is to tidy up this scruffy piece along the side here where I've torn it. So I think what I'm going to use, I've got this lovely piece of, it's like a champagne colour, isn't it beautiful? Sorry silk, it's a little bit torn, but it won't matter when it's stuck on. And I'm just going to stick it along the side there, I think. Doesn't matter if it's a bit screwed up. I might have to turn it this way so I can see what I'm doing and have a bit more control over what I'm doing here. So just got this little piece. I think I'm just going to stick it on and just a bit like that. I think the fabric tack will be needed for this. And it won't matter if it sticks out the other side a little bit, but I think I'll try and make sure it does. Just give it that little bit of edge because the colour just works really well. I'm going to use my use that to hold that down, just to hold it flat for me. It keeps popping up. Alright, so that's the fabric tack's being good because I refilled the bottle, so it's coming out nicely. I'm just going to pop that on there. I glue it down a little bit more at the side. Glue it down just a little bit more here. See how it looks on the other side. You've just got a little bit of peeking out the other side. I like that. Just scrunch it up a little. Okay, I'll just trim off the piece off the top. Oops. I'll do it from this side. Okay. Yeah, it's just poking out. I quite like that. Yep. All right. So that's that bit done. Now I'm going to stick on my little notepad. You saw I put the notepad together in part one, and I've just sewn across it. I haven't trimmed off me threads. Happened to have brown in my machine, so I didn't feel like changing it just to do this little job, so that's the colour it is. But I thought it would be quite nice. I'll stick it in. But I might just do a little bit of stamping on it. Right, glue. So just see if it's coming through. Yes, it's coming through. Don't know what happened on the back here. It's gone a bit tangledy looking, but never mind. Nobody's going to know or see it once it's glued in. I was actually talking to my sister yesterday, and it's her son who's getting married that I'm making this journal for. But the wedding is supposed to be in Rhodes, one of the Greek islands, and we really don't think it's going to happen. And I think he and his fiancée are just beginning to have to face the fact that the wedding may not be able to happen when they were hoping, which is in the middle of June. I think all the way through they've just been trying to stay positive and believe that it would happen. But I think she's had to have a chat with him and say, look, you've really got to face this. You might have to make some changes to your plans, which is very sad for them because they booked this 2 years ago, long before COVID came along. And, you know, they've been working towards it and everybody's been looking forward to it. We've all got flights booked. Yeah, it's really, really sad that they're actually finally having to face the fact that they may have to do something different or put it back to another, maybe even next year, I don't know. I don't know if they can face doing that. So yeah, we don't really know what's going to happen, but they're going to have to make some really tough decisions in the next couple of weeks or few weeks. We'll have to see. This journal may have to sit on the shelf once it's finished for a while. I do feel sorry for them. I know they've been very much looking forward to this. I've just got this little swirly pattern. So there is no rule. I don't think there's any rush for me to finish this. I really don't know what they're going to do. But I strongly suspect a June wedding may not be able to happen. These things are a pain to get off the backings sometimes. Not sure I'm going to be able to get it off. Looks like I've used it, but I haven't used it for a very long time. There we are, got it. Now I had got my ink. Where's my little, there we are, a little whatever, what they call it, stamp thingy. Stamp block. So will it go like that? I just thought it might, yeah. I just wanted to decorate it a little on the front there. Yep. Lid's in the way. Okay, have I got it all? Okay, that looks okay. Let's hope it stamps. Try and get it central. Oh, it's not particularly central, is it? Never mind. Too late. Oh yeah, like that. Okay. even if it's slightly off centre. Oh well. It's handmade, this is what happens. Right, so that's that little bit. Now, let's close that. Now the other thing I've got to do, so I need to decorate this side. I've also got to put the closure on, so I'm going to have to stick it to the sari silk, aren't I now? Didn't think of that, but never mind. Yeah, I'm going to, maybe I should do that first so that I don't compromise the closure on this side. So what I'm going to use is what Martina used. Now where'd I put them? I've got some Velcro, here we go, some stick-on Velcro circles. Just a little pack, because it's not something I expect I'll use an awful lot, but if I do, I'll just buy some more. First time I used it, I cut it in half, but I think this one, there's enough overlap, I can use a whole one this time. So I think this is the bit that goes at the top, and this is the one that sticks underneath. Right, so I think I'm going to use the glitter glue to make sure it sticks nice and firmly. Okay. Now, I want it to be about there, don't I? Is that the right place? Yeah. Let's get that nice and stuck down. Then I need to put the other one, it's the fluffy one, on top. Ooh, it's quite sticky, but I think I'm going to add extra glue. I hope it'll work on the sari silk, otherwise I might have to use a bit of Fabri-Tac and then stick it down. Stick it down nice and firmly. While that's sticking out, I know this is really pretty on the front here. I've just been trying to think about whether I need to put anything else on the front. And I do have this, I bought it on I think you get about 4 or 5 on a strip. I bought it as part of a job lot of pretty pieces. But I just thought that is so beautiful, and it might just, because the colour goes beautifully. So but it is quite bulky, and I'm not sure whether it's a good idea to put that in a journal. Even though it's soft, it's like it's got a satin ribbon rosy thing in the middle, and it's gorgeous. But I'm not sure if it'll work in the journal because it's quite thick. It doesn't squash down very well. So I'm not sure about that. I'll think about that one. Right. Okay, so that's sealed. It's closed. Now I need something down here, and again, I really love the sari silk. What I thought I might do is do it and make it a bit of a ruffle. I'll have to do it with glue. I can, just ruffle it as I go, and then I've got some pearls that I thought would look really nice in amongst the ruffles. That's what I'm thinking. I don't know how well it'll work, but I'm going to give it a go. So I think I'll just have to glue it as I go, rather than all in one hit. Otherwise, I'm going to have glue everywhere. So I just have to pull it a little bit towards me. I think you can still see what I'm doing. Let's hope it's not too much of a disaster. haven't tried doing this before. So just stick a little bit down, because you can't. It's really difficult to sew this because it's a little bit torn and raggedy. Now, if I can just pop a little bit of touch of glue on it there. Doesn't really need very much, I don't think, just to create the ruffle. Stick that there. This might take a little while to do because I'm not entirely sure if I'm what I'm doing. Oop. And a little bit of glue, and then fold it up. A bit more glue underneath. Okay. Like that. Just pop a bit of glue under here. Just to hold that bit down. Okay, we're getting there. And a bit more underneath, because if I did it all the way down, I'd find the sari silk will glue itself flat before I've had a chance to ruffle it. So I'm just doing a little bit at a time. This is pretty strong stuff, and it holds quite quickly. So I want to have a chance to just fold each piece up as I go. It seems to be getting wider. I think probably the sari silk's getting wider. I might have to trim it a little bit afterwards. I'm sort of only gluing. All the little silky bits are coming off. Never mind. Okay. Just a little tiny dab. Should be enough just to hold my little ruffle. And then more glue under here. Okay, camera turned off. 30 minutes has gone. I've been so involved I didn't see the time going. So yeah, I'll just should be okay. I don't think there's any. I don't think you missed anything. I think the camera's turned itself back on. Let me just double check. Always paranoid that I press the button and it doesn't happen. Yep, it's okay. We're recording. Okay, whoops. Get back into my chair. Ooh. Got one of these office swivel chairs, which is fine, but I have to almost climb into it because my feet don't touch the floor when I'm sitting on it properly. Right, okay, let's carry on with our little ruffle. Glue that down. More under there. Getting there. much more to do. I think if I'd realised it got so much wider further down, I might have started it at the wider point. It does look a little odd that it's narrow at the top. I don't know if it'd be practical to trim it. I might have to try and trim it so it doesn't look quite so uneven. And glue down to the bottom. And just do a last little ruffle. And there we are. Right. Take my last piece off. I think it is a little wider than I want it to be. Is this a bad idea? I don't know. I'm going to have to do it. Just try and trim off a little bit up the sides. These might just keep going forever, I'm not sure. Get rid of some of it. Easier said than done, it just won't come off my fingers. Okay. Trim off some of the bits. Okay, so I've got my little ruffle, that looks okay. Come off there. Now what I thought I'd like to do, don't know how this will work, just had an idea, but I don't know how well it'll work, of just putting a pearl into each ruffle. I'm going to try it. I think I need my tweezers. Of course they're not in, are they in my pot? Yes, they are in my pot. Right. Now, put the pearl on there. Little tiny blob of glue. Pearl on. Okay. Just snip them apart. They're all put onto a single line of glue. Right. Blob. Get each pearl ready before I put the glue on. Now it's beginning to get a little bit carried away. It's getting a bit excited now, the blue, and coming out by itself. I don't need it to do that. Ooh. Turn up the right way. There we are. Okay, right, next one. Did I put any glue on? It came out. There we are. Okay. Oh. Okay. Just 3, 4 more to do. Okay. Okay, I'm just thinking, what do I need anything else on the front here? Any kind of image or... But the thing is, there's not a lot of room. When it's closed, I don't suppose it matters too much if it's half in, half out. I'm not sure whether that's what I want. I might just leave it as it is, or put something along the inside edge. That might work. Put a little bit of lace right on the inside edge. I think that's what I might do. Last one. Oops. No escaping. There. Okay, quite like that. Just makes it look quite decorative and a bit different. So we open up. I'd like something along the inside edge here. And maybe along the edge here too. Can't have too much lace on a wedding journal, can you? Right. Came across this piece of lace the other day, or yesterday, when I was sorting through one of my boxes, and I thought I'd put it on the card with the others. I don't know if this will work because I need an edger lace. Is that going to be too thick? I think that's a bit too thick. It's pretty, but it's too thick for an inside piece of lace, I think. I need something thin. None of these are suitable, really. Let's see what else I've got. finding the right colour. I need some cream lace. I've got a lot of white. I was trying to sort out some of these laces yesterday evening, but I couldn't tell which ones were cream and which ones were white because the light wasn't good enough. These are my creamy ones. I think these two are the same. Let's just use up one. Let's have a look. See if that would work along the edge here. Oh, I think it would. I think it would. Right. Pop that along the edge there. That's rather nice, like that. Okay, so I think we're okay with glitter glue, if it will work. Feels quite light. I think I may have to order a new one. Okay. Just position it just inside the Velcro dot. Right. Okay. Right. I've got enough glue on there. Just need a little bit more on the end. Okay. So that's that one. Now, I think we're nearly there. Don't think I need anything else on here. The paper's quite pretty. I think if I put something else, it just looks a bit too much. I think that looks nice as it is. Like that. I think this just needs a little something on the inside edge here. I want something narrow. Let's see what I've got. No, the pink is not quite the right colour. Oh, I know. Well, I don't know if it'll work, but I've got some gold bits and pieces here. Mostly from Christmas, but I did wonder if any of it would work in this little piece. Got some gold rickrack. Is that going to be too much? I think the hearts are too bulky. I did wonder about putting a row of hearts on the front. I don't know. But, I might see. Let's think. Is this going to be too much? Too leery along the edge? Too much? Is it going to be? I think it is. I think it's a bit brassy. I think the rest of this stuff. I think the only one that is this. This is the nicer colour. It's like a soft gold. What's that pin doing in there? I don't know what that's doing there. Yeah, it's like a soft gold, but it's too bulky for the inside. If I had that colour, this is too brassy. It's fine for Christmas. A little bit too much. That was a thought. Let's see what I've got. Back to my search for something narrow to put along the inside. Narrow and thin. Would that work? Of course, I've got my trusty. excuse my arm. I've got my trusty trim, that's always an option. But let's see if I can find something suitable and pretty like this. And actually, it's a very similar pattern to this, sort of latticey. Maybe that would work. Just to finish that raw edge. How about that? Oh, I think that will do. I think that will do nicely. It's not too much. Just gives it that nice little finish. I like this little lace. It's just finishes things off without being too in the face, too leery. If lace can ever be considered to be leery, some are. Right, so I just put that along there. That's what I'm going to do. See, I told you that decorating this thing would take another whole video. I managed to fill nearly an hour already. Well, we are nearly there. Just catching it along the edge of the sari silk, also on the card. Hopefully it'll hold it down. There. There we are. Okay. I suppose the only thing left to decide is whether I want anything in the middle of my hearts. Let's see if I've got the little tiny gold hearts. I know I rejected the gold trim, but this gold is a bit of a softer gold, a warmer gold. Wondering whether slightly bigger. Ooh, that might be all right. Have I got two? 'Cause if I haven't, I'll have to go and find my. I'll have to go and find my card, my gold card, which I'm not sure where it is. Oh, good, I've got another one. So, about a little gold heart in the middle. I think that might be okay because it's just that little touch. Yeah, I like that actually. I do like that. I'm not quite sure. I think, you could certainly put a photograph in this space here if you wanted to. I think I'll leave that to the couple who are going to. I don't know what they'll make of this. They may just think Auntie Karen's lost her marbles. What is she doing? But I'm hoping Jess, the bride, will enjoy it. I think she will. She's a very girly girl. Oh, I know what I've still got to do. I've got to put a little piece of paper in the envelopes. I want to put a little piece of writing paper. Now I had some scraps lurking around. What have I done with them? Yeah, some of this nice, similar to the same paper as I've used on the pad. This has got the crease in it, so I won't use that. So I make it that sort of width. Just a piece of paper to pop inside for them to write on. I'm just wondering whether to do a bit of gold edging on it as well. Get the pearls that way. Now let's see how big a piece I need. Put that out of there. That goes in. That piece is and then another piece the same. Okay. I need to give both pieces that slightly rougher edge, don't I? I've both got one straight edge, that doesn't quite work. I'm going to have to use my little tiny ruler because this one won't grab if I'm only trying to do the edge. I don't want to make it too narrow, just want to take the edge off so it's got the torn look all the way around. Okay. I may decide to edge it in gold, but that would, I think, be a bit tedious to watch, so just got to see if this is stiff enough to go in. Yeah, it goes in there like that. That pops in, and then this one. That pops in there. There we go. That's in. Okay, that's gone in there nicely. Right, so close that, hopefully that'll train itself flat, close that, and I think that's it. I just don't think this is going to fit. I wanted to put Happily Ever After on because this is going to go, I'll show you where this is going to go in the journal, but it's not going to fit, which is rather a shame. Unless I could put it on the inside somewhere. No, it just doesn't quite work, which is a bit sad. I might find a little something to put on the front. Now, where's the journal? Alright, so here's the journal. And I think my plan for this piece is to put it at the back. It's a shame about that popping up. On this inside, on this the Stamperia cardstock, because it's a slightly more substantial piece. I want it to go there. I could put it in this pocket, but I quite like the idea of sticking it in here. So it's stuck down and then it opens up. And it all, yeah. So that's the plan at the moment. It may change. I think I need a little word to go on there. I'll see if I can find one quickly before my hour is up. forever and always. That's not going to fit like that, so I think I'll just trim it a bit. Forever and always. Trim that off a little bit more at the beginning. Forever and always. Okay, that'll be it. Okay. Forever and always. It is done. Okay, so there we have it. This is our fabulous flip, number 3. Inspired by Martina from Teal Tattered. Mine's turned out obviously quite different to the sort of thing that she was doing. This is the one that's closest to the one she made. So it's the same idea, just adapted. It just goes to show if you see something that looks, you know, looks a really fun thing to make, you can easily adapt it just with the whatever colour scheme you're using and make it work for your own journal. So there we are. There's my flip for my latest flip for my wedding journal. This will be the only flip. So my latest, it's the only one I'm going to be making. I think the next video is going to have to be a bit more of a relaxing crafting thing, because this is required a bit of thinking, and can't do that too often. Hurts my brain. Okay, thank you very much for joining me, and do please join me again soon. Bye for now.